Okay, well, let's continue. Continue this today. Uh-huh. All right. Hopefully I can finish. I mean, I will be able to finish this for sure today. Afterward, I don't know. Maybe I will just end it here. I'm kind of full. I've been eating a lot of things over the past few days.
Twitch chat.
And also because we've been spending a lot of time indoors, so yeah. It's time to just... It's so easy to just eat a lot when you spend a lot of time indoors. It's like... Yeah. But even if it wasn't raining outside, even if there weren't like ice rain outside, I think I would still just not want... I would still just not want to go outside. So I'm also just not going outside regardless of what happens. So yeah. It's over. So I've been monitoring the situation on like Iran, and they started deploying like sea mines. And like the thing with sea mines is that right now the Iranian army is kind of just not... It's kind of just like detached from the government. Hey, hello, Aku, welcome. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, first.
Hello.
So yeah, the Iranian government has just lost control of its army. And like the army is basically acting independent. Completely independent from the actual government. So the government has no idea how many sea mines they put in the river. Like we're as good as yesterday, so very bad.
As good as yesterday.
I thought we were gonna get better today. No. Well, I'm doing better today, thankfully. I was able to rest kind of. I mean, I didn't rest too well last night. Hello, Imp. Welcome.
Arf, arf.
How are you doing? But yeah, not as bad. Not as bad, honestly. Not as bad. Yeah, rested. I was so fucking tired last night, but then I went to bed. Then I just got ready to go to bed. And then once I finally got to bed, like 2 hours later, I just no longer felt sleepy. Yeah. And I just like stayed on bed for a while, but I couldn't fucking sleep. So, yeah. I hate that when I feel tired, but I just can't sleep. Aku, you only eaten half a Pop-Tart. Well, I see you're fasting, so that's good. But yeah, you should eat more. I'm eating way too much, actually. I have the exact opposite problem. Like, all I do is eat. So I've been putting on more weight, I believe. Which half, though? Yeah, that's the real question. Which half of the Pop-Tart did you eat?
Which half?
Oh yeah, also wandering traders in Minecraft. They can sell you like gunpowder. And since I have a mod that just enables infinite trading for villagers, so I don't need to wait for their stocks to replenish. I can just trade with them infinitely. Since I have that mod, I just spent all my emeralds and bought 6 stacks of gunpowders. And that's because naturally creepers are kind of a pain to kill because they have so much HP that because zombies, if you have like a high level of smite, you can just kill zombies in one hit. But creepers, you cannot kill them in one hit. Like, even though I have a mod that allows me to have like infinite enchant levels. So right now I have sharpness 12 on my sword.
Trading is faster.
But I still can't fucking kill a creeper in one hit. So I just always miss the first hit. And as a result of me missing that hit, the creeper just explodes. And I wouldn't mind creepers exploding normally, but nowadays that I've started building things, I don't want creepers to destroy my builds. Imp. Oh, you have a creeper farm. That's perfect. Where is it? I want to use your creeper farm. Because I also have a high level of looting on my sword. So the mod I installed just allows you to like merge enchants together to get a high level of enchant, but also there's no limit to how high a level you can get. So if you combine a looting 2 sword with a looting 3 sword, you get a looting 5 sword. So the levels they add together instead of like vanilla Minecraft where if you combine 2 sharp 3, if you combine 2 sharp 2 sword, they just get like a sharp 3. So through this I was able to get some very high level stuff. Imp, it's suboptimal. No, actually Imp, because I installed another mod.
Suboptimal.
I installed another mod recently that fixes it. Let me check which one was it. But yeah, I installed a mod that makes looting great again. Like I'm getting 8 rotten flesh right now by just killing 1 zombie. And I'm only looting 12. Universal enchants, maybe. Yeah, so with this mod, you can put any enchant on anything. Yeah, so what it kind of does. So one of the thing it does is like fortune and looting gives you more XP. So like when I kill one mob, when I kill a zombie, I get like I think 80 XP by just killing one mob. So now I get so much XP because I have a high looting level. Yeah, I found netherrites, but I don't want to put them on my armor because if I put them on my armor, I can only repair my armor with netherite, which would force me to get more netherite, but netherrites are so fucking hard to find. So yeah, looting boosts XP drops in addition to item drops. So if you have a high looting level, you get a lot of XP from just one mob kills. And what's also good about this is that you can put looting on bows. So I have a crossbow that has looting level 8. And so when I kill a mob with a crossbow, it gives me like 50 something XP. So that's a lot.
Stacks of netherite blocks. Make an automatic.
So yeah, this mod is pretty good. It makes looting pretty OP. So I'm just like stacking my looting level to be as high as it can be. Aku, you got a stack of netherite. Yeah, but I don't wanna build. I don't wanna build these contraptions. I'm more of the type of person to build builds that look good. But also, like, it's just so much easier to get more diamonds because you can use fortune on diamonds, right? So, and since I have fortune 17, I get tons of diamonds by just mining a single ore. But with netherite, there is a problem because you cannot use fortune on netherite. So a single netherite scrap, you always get one netherite scrap from one ancient debris. You don't get more. Even if you have like crazy fortune level. So yeah, I don't like netherite. Plus, it doesn't really matter whether I get netherite or not because I can just get a super high level of unbreaking on my tools. And as for armors, I can just get like protection like 10 because I can just like keep adding more protection levels to my armor. And I can keep adding more, like, all sorts of protection, like fire protection, blast protection, and projectile protection. Just all of these, so it's just easier for me to stay on diamond. Yeah, I also installed a mod. Speaking of, I installed a mod that allows me to pick up villagers. So pick up villagers as items in the inventory. So now I've solved the villager problem because I flew like 1,000 blocks away to finally find a village. Because our base we built our base in a village, but somehow all the villagers kind of just despawned after we took out the beds. So now we have to go find another village, but the problem is that all the other villagers are very far away. So I had to fly like 1,000 blocks away using the elytra Imp gave me to finally find a village. But I also can't transport a villager that far away. So like for a long time I was just like teleporting back and forth. But now that I have this mod where I can just pick up villagers as items, I just picked up all my best villagers. So the problem with my current enchanting setup is that I need to reach level 30 to like enchant books. Yeah, like I don't know what mod did that. But nowadays I just cannot enchant stuff unless I'm level 30. Yeah, imp. Involuntary displacement of population. Yeah, that's not very ethical, but
displacement of population is
I'm
extremely
I'm
not ethical.
also it's also that I need my enchants. I need my drip. Like, while it is kind of bad, it's even worse when you don't have good enchants. So it kind of has to be done. But what's good about moving villages like this is that you can just like keep all the villagers in a chest, because you can pick up villagers as like items. So you just keep them in a
That
chest
is normal,
normally.
though. You have always had to
And
level
so
30 on a max
once,
enchantment
when you need to
table.
trade, you just take them out of the chest and you place them down and you trade with them. And when you are done trading, you just pick them up again as items and you put them back in the chest. So in a way, it's kind of like a portable trader. Imp. No, I have not seen the XP farm. Akko, you need to be level
Also,
30
have you
on a
seen the
max
XP farm
enchantment
yet?
table.
I don't remember if I told you
Right,
about it
but
on map.
like, but I remember you don't need, because like I thought you could enchant stuff, because if you only have an enchant table, you're just able to enchant stuff. Even if you're level 1, there were like level 1 enchants. But it's like once you place 15 books, then you are only able to enchant stuff if you're level 30 and above. Otherwise, you just cannot enchant anything. Well, I don't know if that's what base Minecraft is like. But also a weird behavior that I have. You know, since I have just unlimited enchant, it's like I am now able to like, if I place more libraries, if I place more like
Yeah,
library
so the
blocks,
Enderman farm
bookshelves,
again. Just
I'm
turn
just able
around
to
and drop
do
down
like
upon it at
level
the end,
45
if you need the farm
enchants. But the problem is that level 45 enchants, they don't actually provide more benefits compared to level 30 enchants. So I just don't do that. Oh, Enderman farm. Oh, alright. Yeah, I will go for it. Perfect, thank you. But what about the creeper farm you told me about? Is it like on a big pool of water? But yeah, I've been slowly building stuff. The latest build I did is like a house on top of the lake, and I'm just really starting to appreciate being able to terraform the terrain, and to just like build anything I want anywhere. Minus 900. Okay. I will note down the chords.
I am not sure about the exact coordinates.
Perfect.
I guess it's at minus 900 163 593.
The farm is not perfect. All right. I will go there with an elytra. No problem. Yeah, actually something I'm thinking about is that there's like I have a lot of rotten flesh from killing all these undead mobs, from killing zombies. But there are actually villagers that trade that trade undead flesh. So I should get one of these. But yeah, thank you, Koinek. I will go take a look. So yeah, I found it's actually more efficient to buy enchantment books from villagers and then to just manually apply these enchantment books to your gears than to like get enchants from enchantment tables. Because if you get enchants from enchantment tables, you need to re-roll the enchants a lot. You don't always get the enchant you want. But that's not a problem because I installed a mod that allows me to re-roll my enchant without enchanting anything. It just allows me to re-roll, but it spends like a small amount of XP. It spends 5 XP every re-roll, which is not a huge problem. Even though it kind of does.
My set wasn't a fun activity.
Even though it does kind of adds up. Yeah, Imp. 50 levels on an anvil each time. Yeah. So like it's better to apply enchantment books.
It took so long,
but
and it took 50 levels on anvil
you also need to be very careful with what kind of enchants you apply to your gear, because for every level you already have on your tool, adding more levels costs more. So like if your pickaxe only has like in total of like 8 enchantment levels, let's say you have efficiency 8, if you add another efficiency 5 books to it to get efficiency 13, then it doesn't really cost that much XP. It costs maybe like 17 levels. But if you're like me and I have both efficiency 17 and also like fortune 13, then it's like 30 levels in total. So now if I want to apply more books to it, let's say more fortune books to it, then like the enchantment level is just so high. So yeah. A backpack with a magnet and a trashing upgrade. Oh yeah, I did not. I haven't done like a magnet upgrade yet. Oh yeah, they drop a lot of pearls. Damn. But also like trashing. How do you make it automatically trash certain items? Like what I'm trying to do is to just like be able to delete an item by pressing like the delete key or something. There is a filter. Oh. Well, I got to take a look.
There is a filter.
But yeah, I think getting more ender pearls would be great. Oh yeah, another thing I want to do. Alright, see you later, Echo. Something I want to do is to put ender pearls on crossbow. So yeah, ender pearls on crossbow. Maybe I need a mod for that. Because I see it in YouTube videos and I think it's kind of cool. But I don't think that's possible. Yeah, maybe I should just install like a trash. a trash mod that allows me to send things into the trash can. Because the backpack trash slot is too big brained for me. Write the mod myself. Yeah, maybe I could vibe code it if I can do that. Yeah, did I tell you that I got premium for Claude, and Claude is just so good. Because I just have like Claude chat. I just have Claude in my VS Code. And it's able to read every file. Yeah, $30. So it's able to read every single file in my current
for $30.
In my current directory. What? You don't have $30, but you are paying so much for your servers.
I don't have $30.
Maybe you can ask them to like crowdfund. Do some crowdfunding for Claude. Because what's good about it is that it can read every single file in your current directory and make decision about that, which is way more efficient than having to paste every single file. In. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if Claude would be good at Minecraft.
Pretty nice. If Claude is good at modding, yeah, that's a good question. You would have to paste in like the documentations as well. Imp. Oh, it was trying to use outdated API. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you can nowadays with these LLMs, you can actually add documentations yourself. So like you can just download the documentation and give it to the AI. So the AI will read the doc itself and make decisions based on that. But yeah, I think the money I spent on Claude is maybe doesn't really feel worth it, because I actually think it's kind of a scam to spend money on Claude, because the free version only has an hourly limit. So every 5 hours you have access to a certain amount of tokens for Claude, and after these 5 hours you get a refresh. Right, but then if you pay for Claude, if you get Claude Pro, not only is there an hourly limit, you also have a weekly limit. And it's not like after you have used up your hourly limit, you are now using your weekly limits. No. After you are using up your hourly limit at the same time as your weekly limits. Imp, make tools for Claude for the LLMs to execute. Yeah, actually, like Claude right now, the way Claude works is that it's executing commands itself. Like the way Claude reads files is by executing commands. Like it's using grep and stuff to read files. And it's also able to just run commands independently to run debug commands. So it's actually pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I think you talked about this before, like when AI agents are able to run commands.
Yeah, this
that's very cool. Yeah, imagine connecting some big wiki, and you can already kind of do that. But actually the problem is the token price. So this comes back to what I talked about earlier with the why paying is kind of a scam, because you have both an hourly limit and also a weekly limit. So
it could search up method definitions.
both limits, both token limits are just using up at the same time. So if you run out of hourly token limits, then you have to wait for the hour to be complete. And if you run out of weekly limit, then you have to wait for the week to be over. And both tokens accumulate, and both token limits accumulate at the same time. So you could run out of weekly token limits, but not hourly limits, and you would still have to wait for the end of the week. And if you run out of like hourly limit, but you still have weekly limits left, then you still have to wait until the end of the hour. Meanwhile, free users, they only have the hourly limit. They don't even have the weekly limits. So it's kind of a giant scam where the actual paid users get less usage than free users. And yeah, imp actually, like, just looking up definitions would be better than like allowing AI to just look up definitions using like a search engine, for example, would use less tokens than have them look through the entire thing to look through like a huge chunk of documentation. But actually Claude is already doing that, because when it wants to look for something in my code, it doesn't read through the entire file. It actually runs grep. So grep is just the command to find stuff in the file. It runs grep, and then it just looks up keywords that it wants to find. So in this sense, Claude is a lot more efficient than the other agents, because it uses other tools alongside itself. So it doesn't read the entire thing. It uses other tools to read stuff for it. Welcome back, Aku. So yeah, I have nothing but praise for Claude. Other than the fact that the token limit fucking sucks. So right now my setup is that I have two Claude accounts, one free account and another paid account. I only use my paid account for serious stuff, because what's also good about the paid account is that I can use the best model, which is Opus 4.6. And yeah, today I used Opus for my school project, and it's really fucking good. Like, it just generated like 500 lines of code, like nothing. And it was able to, because for our 8 people group project, like, there has already been like 3 months worth of code added. Hey, hello Xiao Yao, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, for our 8 people group project, there's already like 2 or 3 months worth of code. So the project is really gigantic. And so as such, I just don't even fucking understand what's in this code base. So I just asked Claude to read the code base and explain to me what every file does. And then afterward, I just asked Claude what things I can add to it. And Claude just gave me a bunch of suggestions. So I just chose, I want to add the inventory thing. So then Claude just wrote the code for inventory, and it was like 500 lines, and I don't even understand anything because it has to interact with the database and also the game engine that they wrote, which I just don't understand shit. And it also has to add the UI. But I also don't understand anything about the UI because it's also my teammates who wrote the UI.
At Zioyao, you like LLMs.
But yeah, Claude just was able to understand everything. Unlike the other AI chatbots, which are just like hallucinating bullshit. I can never go back to to using non-Claude stuff. Lol. Lol, get an AI to do
Let me
that.
get an AI to do that
What, Xiaoya? You like LLMs? Have you used Claude? Like, in my opinion, Claude is the best thing ever. Hope you're doing well, Nikiri. But, yeah, I used Chat GPT Premium before. And Chat GPT Premium is honestly a scam. Like, it's not even better than like base ChatGPT, because the only thing you can do with ChatGPT Pro is more tokens for the more advanced version of ChatGPT. That's the only thing. But with Claude, if you have a Pro subscription, you actually have access to the Claude extension in VS Code. So yeah. Amazon Nova.
Sarcasm, but I've used a number
I never
of
used
LLMs,
that.
Claude Sonnet / Haiku / Opus. I've also used the Amazon.
I mean, the only thing bad about it is that you can't really like do anything else other than coding. If it's visual, you can't really do anything with AI. Like, say, video editing or drawing. AI is kind of useless on that aspect. That's what's kind of bad. But yeah, for writing code is so good because I just don't understand shit about what my teammates wrote. And like, my teammates are also not really doing anything because I'm supposed to be the QA tester. But apparently everyone have to write code. So even the QA people have to write codes, which is just crazy. Like, why do you have to write code? I'm the QA. But like, that's in the evaluation form, so now I'm also writing code, but I don't understand shit. Since I didn't write a single line of code for 3 months already, and it's just my teammates doing stuff. And every time we have to write a report, I just draw like 2 diagrams. Meanwhile, they are like working on the entire document. So I'm kind of I don't even know what they're doing. So yeah, I guess it feels good to freeload. This is like my first time freeloading in a team project, and it's great. But yeah, so I have to code. I actually have to code some stuff because we're gonna have to have a meeting with the TA, and then the TA is gonna ask each of us for what part of the code we've wrote. So that's kind of bad if I just did nothing. So I thought I should write something other than testing codes. So I did. And yeah, I wrote like 500 lines of code. And turns out that I am the person who wrote the second most amount of code now. So the team lead wrote like 2,000 lines. But I wrote like 500 lines with the help of AI. And I'm like the person who has written like the second most lines of code. Yeah, that's the crazy part. It worked on first try.
Does it work?
Like normally with other AI, you have to like ask it to fix certain parts, and you have to ask it to like fix some bugs. But with this, it worked on the first try. Yeah, that's so fucking amazing. And also the reason why it worked on first try is also crazy, because The reason why it worked on first try is because it was able to run commands. So it was able to test its own code by running commands on my computer. And it was able to fix its own stuff. So that's why it just gave no error, which is just kind of incredible. So yeah, it was able to read all my teammates' like spaghetti bullshit and just give me some working code. And then I just showed it to my teammates, and the team lead was impressed. So that's good. Yeah, I guess I would just keep writing codes using Claude, and I will be doing everything in Claude now. Claude is the love of my life. And yeah, I'm just glad. I'm just glad that Claude is is like the first AI agent that is actually very, very impressive. So yeah, my current plan is to just write more code so that I can get like 100% on the TA's evaluation, which counts for 12% of the total grade. Because like this is like a 2-semester course, and so last semester I kind of did very poorly. I got like 67% or something, 6-7. So I got like C on this course, but since it's a 2-semester course, if I get a better grade this time, then I will be able to get a higher grade on both courses, on both of the courses combined. So yeah. But also it's like surprising because my teammates are doing nothing. My teammates are doing fucking nothing, actually. I thought I was lagging behind, but my teammates, like, if my teammates have written less code than me, even though they are supposed to be developers, like, what the fuck are they doing? They're doing nothing. I'm just so fucking surprised by how, like, my teammate just wrote nothing. So maybe I shouldn't feel so bad about myself. I think I'm doing very good. Xiaoyao, yeah. I mean, either AI is gonna destroy us, or is gonna make things a lot better. Well, right now it's helping me a lot. It's bombing Iran. It's kind of destroying Iran, but it's also helping me destroy the school assignments. So I'm glad all of this happened. This was truly worth it. Like, I could not imagine finishing this project without AI. Actually, without Claude, I should say, because if I did this project with, like,
the quality of today's bunny
because the reason why I was stuck on this project for so long is because I lacked a good AI to do it. Like, previously I was trying to, like, add some features to this code base, to this horrendous code base, using Google's Gemini, which was supposed to be like one of the best, but Google Gemini just suggested me bullshit. So that's why I was stuck. Not because
my family lives in the Middle
not
East,
because I didn't work on
get
it, but
daily
because
missile
the
strikes
AI
from
agents I
codes
used
with
were
thumbs up.
trash. Echo, the bunny girls are low. No worries. As long as you draw every day, it's gonna be good. They get daily missile strikes. Lol. Yeah, speaking of daily missile strikes, There's like a recent Russian news I heard about, which is kind of funny. So like Russians, they are using Starlink for their command centers. So like the way Russians connect to their command centers and they operate drones is by using Starlink. So Elon Musk's Starlink.
As long as I can see more end-field goo-goo
videos.
videos.
End-field videos. Yeah, I've seen these. Yeah, Imp, it's hacked Starlink dishes. Right.
I believe it's hacked Starlink dishes.
But also, like, the US government is just allowing them to do it. Like, the US government is secretly allowing them to do it to get leverage on them. So, like, every time Russia tries to do something important, the US government just turns off their access to Starlink. So, like, Ukraine, for example, when the Ukrainians were like advancing too much, the US government just like turned off their Starlink system. Or like, for example, when the US government were like discussing deals for like mining contracts in Ukraine, when there were like disagreements for the Ukrainian mines, they just turned off the Starlink system. So it's kind of a leverage system for the US government. So the US government kind of wants people to have access to Starlink, so that the moment they do something that the US government doesn't like, the US government can just like turn off Starlink. And then the only thing they can do is to kneel and to suck up to Trump.
Fuck us, El Mao.
Fuck us, lol. Yeah, and both the Ukrainians and the Russians are using Starlink. Because like setting up your own Wi-Fi network is kind of complicated, so it's just easier to use Starlink. And so like for multiple years, the US government just allows both sides to get hooked up on Starlink, because you can just use Starlink from anywhere using like a dish. And Russians actually don't have access to it, but Russians are just like bypassing this by buying Starlink terminals from a third country and then importing them to Russia. But of course, like, the US government knows about this, but the US government is just allowing them to get it so they can get more leverage on it.
US is playing chess.
Yeah, so yeah, the US is like doing this for Starlink. And I could block Grok from editing image. Yeah, they did that. That's great. But anyways, so what's good, or like what's bad about this is like recently Russia just threatened to nuke Ukraine. So that's why recently the US just turned off Starlink for the Russian side. And so like the Russian side, they are like in an up-down command system. So like the superior just send commands downward. And they do it through Starlink internet. So like if the Starlink access is cut off, then the commandments are no longer able to send commands downward. And so the soldiers literally just don't know what to do. And also, since they operate drones through Starlink as well, they also can't operate drones. And since they don't have access to Starlink, they don't know They just have no idea about where each other's positions are. So like you just have a lot of Russians bombing other Russian troops. And yeah, they just don't know anything. It's like because they rely on Starlink for everything, from controlling drones like to like sending enemy locations to like coordinating things, and now Starlink is gone. They're just dead. So like Ukraine is now reclaiming a lot of territories because of that. And yeah, nuclear war already. And also like Iran, like they said Iran has like nuclear weapon and weapons of massive destructions, but now they don't have nukes. Because like they invaded Iraq or Iran because they said they have weapons of mass destruction, but now they just don't have anything. So yeah, I didn't know Starlink was so powerful. I thought it's just some random things. It was just some random thing Elon Musk has, but yeah, apparently it's pretty important. In massive stockpiles of normal explosives, yeah, and also they're like loading sea mines.
Stockpile of normal explosives,
and
apparently.
So like sea mines, they cost like a few $100s per mine, but it only takes a single mine to like destroy a very big ship that's worth multiple hundreds of millions of dollars. So like it's kind of asymmetric. It's easy to attack but hard to defend the boats. But I don't know. I don't even know what's gonna happen. Well, the only thing I know is that like oil price is gonna go up. But what I'm the most worried about is whether the package I ordered from Temu is gonna arrive. I ordered like a new mouse pad and sock hangers. So I wonder if it's gonna arrive or like it's stuck in the Iran, or it's stuck in the Iran river. But yeah, it's like I didn't know Iran was this important. Apparently like 20% of the world's oil comes from Iran, and like a lot more, just like a lot of stuff gets transported in that river. So like it's very important. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish drawing the hair and gonna be done. Yeah, also today's Thursday, but it feels kind of like Friday because I skipped classes again today. But I also have to skip classes because I'm too tired. It's like I was so fucking tired last night, but after I finished taking the shower, I was still tired. But then I waited for my hair to dry, and I just finally got on bed, and suddenly I'm not tired anymore. And I just don't feel like sleeping at all. And I must have stayed on bed for like an hour before I finally fell asleep. So that's why this morning I was so tired when I woke up. And also, like, my stomach was feeling very uncomfortable last night. And what I can think about is the cake I ate yesterday. Because I am lactose intolerant. So, like, but I didn't think, like, a cake would cause discomfort, because a cake doesn't really contain that much lactose. But I guess it still does. Or maybe I ate too much cake yesterday. Imp, you want cake? Yeah, it's like
What kind of cake?
a fruit cake. Like, if you think about, like, a generic cake with fruits on top of it, that's the kind of cake you get. But yeah, it's so good. It's also from Costco. Costco has just, like, the best cakes. Yeah, also birthday. My birthday. I don't even want anything for birthday other than, like, therapy. I just want my therapy to be paid for. When is my birthday? Late March.
When is your birthday?
Don't say, yeah. Well, I would just say it's late March.
Oh wait, don't say.
But yeah, thought it was April. Well, maybe it is April.
I thought it was April.
I mean, it's just around this time period.
Katoran's
But yeah,
listening.
it's kind of like I can't even think about anything I want. Oh yeah, also, like, I keep thinking about this because after I finished a session, like my first session with my previous psychologist, he was supposed to send me the receipt for the first session, but it's already been a week and he still hasn't sent me the receipt. So I think maybe he forgot, but if he forgot, I also kind of don't want to remind him about it, because he kind of didn't really do anything for this first session. But I also don't think if I don't remind him, he's gonna do anything. So if he forgets, then that's fine. But if it's because my email, because I'm using Proton now, so what? I know for a fact that a lot of email providers just block Proton Mail. So what if Proton Mail is blocked by his, like, invoice service? And so as such, he actually did send me an invoice, but I just did not receive it. So maybe I should ask him about it. Well, I don't know. Thought my birthday was late March. Yeah. Late March, April. Somewhere around this time. So yeah. I don't know if I should check my spam. Well, I don't see anything in my spam folder.
Oh,
So
sorry. Brain lag LMAP.
Yeah, there is
Use QQ.
like I just didn't get any invoice. Brain lag, lol. But yeah, it's like well, of course I'm not paying until I've seen an invoice, but I'm also not seeing any invoice. So yeah, as long as I don't get an invoice, I'm just not gonna pay. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. And here QQ email. Nah, no way. I want to use Proton Mail. I actually pay for it. I pay for a Proton Mail subscription. But I don't really know why I'm paying for Proton Mail.
Face screen smiling.
Because if you use Gmail, you get like 15 gigs of file storage for free. I guess Proton Mail, the only good thing about it is that it's private, so I feel kind of safe storing all my files in it. Onigiri, the Proton stuff doesn't come bundled. No. Yeah, that's the thing. No. It's not. It's not bundled with the rest. It's like if you want the package where it's like Drive, VPN and password, you need to buy the more expensive package, which is like I think $10 a month, 15. But I'm just using the mail. I only want the mail. So the mail, that's like $5 a month, I believe. AIMP, not a single problem since you moved to Proton.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Right. You also tried paid Proton VPN. Yeah, I also tried Proton VPN. It's honestly not good. Like, port forwarding works, but it changes the port every time. So like, it's just a pain to have to like set my port every single time for my torrent client. And also, yeah, it's also just kind of bad. Honestly, I like their mail service though. I can create 10 alias with the mail service, so that's very, very good, because if it's like other services, you will have to create different accounts for it. You have to create different accounts to use different mail addresses, but for this one, with one account, you can just like have 10 addresses in it. So that's a very, very easy way of just like kind of containerizing your identities to just kind of have different email addresses for different purposes. And also it has free forwarding, so even if I use Gmail, it has a service to just like forward any email I receive on Gmail or from my school's email to Proton Mail. So every email I get is in my Proton is in my Proton mailbox, because even though I have a bunch of services like Google and Microsoft and also my school's bullshit service, all these emails get forwarded to my Proton mailbox. So I can have everything in one place, which is just so good. Yeah. Proton Mail. The mail package is worth it, but I don't know about the other ones, like the password and the VPN. Honestly, I'm not a fan. If you register all the bullshit through the path-through address, yeah. Yeah, also these temporary addresses are pretty good as well. So yeah. I guess I'm glad. I'm glad that Proton exists. I would not trust Google for this shit. I don't feel comfortable Google having all my emails from everything. Imp, get one for me and Lenka. Yeah, Proton family, but I don't think Lenka needs that. She doesn't even use email that much. And I think she already has Proton Mail. Nigga, Google your ISP, no.
Google my ISP. Face turquoise covering eyes.
Yeah. Also, I like how this artist colors hair. It's kind of great. So yeah, now I kind of have a bullshit Google Gmail address because every website accepts Gmail. Even if they ban Proton, even if they don't want Proton, they still accept Gmail. And so I just have a Gmail that I just use on every website. Except I don't actually have to log into Gmail to view my emails because all my Gmail... I have like multiple... That's also the thing, like I have multiple Gmail accounts. But every account's emails are just forwarded to my Proton mailbox. So this makes managing multiple accounts very easy. So, yeah. I guess Google maybe also has a similar thing where it can just forward other emails from other inbox to your Gmail. I mean, probably. So if you don't want to pay, you can just use Gmail for that. But yeah, this way of drawing like the hair is so good. What the hell? Kind of a big fan of it. Maybe I would do more study for this artist. Yeah, I would like to color using this style. I feel like it's also a lot faster than the traditional way of coloring. So yeah. Maybe it's a call to do more studies for this artist. Oh, but yeah, I didn't ask my privacy prof what browser he uses. I should ask him next time, but I fear he might be a Mac user because like on Monday during the class presentation, he kind of mentioned how he hates the way Apple does something. Like he mentioned Apple for something. So I fear he might be a Mac user. In which case, he's just like the worst person ever. If he actually uses Mac. But yeah. I guess that's it. That's it for the hair. Steam frame taking too long. Yes, the Steam cube. The Steam cube is like $1,000. You might as well just build your own PC at this point. Yeah, thank you. The coloring is so good. Kind of impressed by it.
The coloring is pretty.
So yeah. Gonna study it a bit more.
Like
So yeah, see you next time. Bye bye. See you, Nicky Imp.
Use DualShock 2.